guys, I'm back and Happy New Year to you and yours. And I trust that the new year started with renewed energy, with vitality, and may this year be much, much kinder and much, much gentler to you and to all of us. I mean, we all know how incredibly difficult 2025 was, at least for a majority of people. At least the people that I've spoken to, almost all of them have had it, difficult in one way or the other. I've also had my fair share of some challenges and trials in 2025, but there is a renewed energy. This is the beauty of New Year's. Hey, they come out feeling like it's a fresh canvas, it's a new canvas. And you can put some plans in place and be steady about it and be very kind and pace yourself along the way, because the faster the years go, the more hecticness is happening out there, the easier and steadier we need to be, the more you want to pace yourself with the year, so that you have your feet on the ground and you are not rattled by the hectic energy that's going to be in the air. I mean, as you have seen, I don't know if you're following the news or anything, but it has already started. I mean, and I'm just talking global news, not just here in South Africa. It is going to be one heck of a year. So hang tight, be steady, stay grounded, stay within, stay in meditation, stay in prayer, stay in rituals that keep you grounded, that keep you steady, that keep you less floaty and more grounded. Yes, so that's what I am planning to do, to remain grounded, to remain discerning, to listen within, to feel into things before taking some action. Which brings me to, why is it that I am only here now when everybody started with the new year with a bang here on YouTube? Firstly, I needed to upgrade my tools. I'm sure you can tell the camera looks a little bit clearer. It is better than, the last few videos that I did towards the end of last year. So I am no longer using the internal laptop camera. I decided to buy a webcam that is slightly better than, much, much better, but it's still obviously not the creme de la creme yet. We will get there. But I needed to just honor you as my viewer, because in as much as aesthetics and all that don't truly matter, but you want to have a pleasant view. You want to have good audio, good visuals, so that the message can come through. Secondly, I have told you, I have been saying to you since last year that I'm here for a long haul. So I am planning to be here for a while. And if I'm going to be here for a while, my equipment better, match that energy. I think my teachings are landing well, and I do want to welcome the new people. There's just over 20 people who have subscribed in my absence, which I absolutely adore. This tells me one thing: the work is landing. YouTube is finding my viewers, because I have stopped promoting on social media like I said I would. The algorithms of YouTube are completely different, and YouTube does a good job in finding the audience that will match the teachings that I will be doing. Which brings me to what I have in mind for 2026 and the YouTube channel. But maybe let's track back a little bit. When I left, the last series that I did when I left in 2025 was on coaching, how to look for a coach, what is a good coach, what are the traits of what you should be looking for, when do you need to have a coach, what circumstances or events or situations in your life warrant you to start looking for a coach. So I'm going to continue on the coaching trend, but I'm also going to deepen it a little bit, as I sort of had started the themes that I touched on last year. Mother wound themes, father wound, which I have not done, but I will do it this year. Inner child, shadow work, which I have not touched on, but I will touch on. We'll go deep with shadow work. What exactly is it? We'll go into archetypes. I want to bring you a series of what feminine archetypes are. There are 9 original feminine archetypes, but there's more than 9. We all know there's more than 9, because as the world evolves, as the women change and grow, the archetypes, we have hybrids, but there's 9 original blueprint type of archetypes, and I'll explain what archetypes are as we go along. For now, just take the information, just take what you are hearing, and click that subscribe if you are here for the first time, so that you can learn some of these things. I will be bringing stories as well, folklore, African fairy tales, African folklore, mythical stories, African mythology, Greek mythology, and Egyptian mythology, just to make some points across. You know, I might do a series on a particular theme that is covered in mythology to bring it home here to you and to bring it here in the present time of 2026. The teachings will be done strictly by me alone. However, I will from time to time bring a guest, but I don't want you to expect that this will be a podcast where we have two people or guests, but if I feel like there's a particular theme or a particular topic that someone is a specialist in and that person is in my circle, I will certainly bring them so that you gain from them. But just consider this space as a place where I'm going to be teaching and doing some coaching work and sharing a lot of stories, both from my clients, obviously with permission, and stories that I've observed over the years. I may pick up on a theme if there's a trending topic that is relevant to healing, coaching, teaching work. I will pick up on it if it's in the news and bring it here so that, you know, I remain relevant and I don't remain tone deaf. So those are the themes that I have in mind right now. But I also wanted to just, before I go, you know, because this is just me reintroducing myself, and I don't even think I reintroduced myself. I am Lebupule. I'm a life coach. I specialize in psychospirituality. And psychospirituality, I've explained it in one of the videos. I think one of the videos is appearing here right now on the video. You can go and listen to that, but don't worry too much. I will always explain. I will always in the videos talk about what I cover, what I do in my coaching. But just briefly, just as the word says, psychospirituality, I look after your psychological well-being as well as your spiritual well-being, which includes your body, your emotional body, your astral body. I do a bit of ancestry work, and I do a lot of pattern detection and pattern dismantling or depatterning so that, you know, you live a life that is not one big loop of repeating patterns and repeating problems and meeting the same old story over and over. So I help a lot with depatterning. And where was I going with all of this? I think I lost my trail of thought. I lost my trail of thought. What was I saying? What was I saying? But anyway, I was just saying that this is a reintroduction and just letting you know that I am here, and I did not want January to go by without me coming and saying hello. I'm still here and I plan to stay. If you have been here for a while or you've been seeing my videos for a while and you still haven't subscribed, please do me a favor and subscribe. Yes, the other thing I wanted to say is this. YouTube is going to be a place where my new teachings and my new work is going to unfold. I have decided, you'll recall last year I kept saying, join my Patreon, join my Patreon. Patreon has now become an archive space. So from the year 2017 until the year 2025, all the videos, audios, write-ups that I've ever done as part of my stretch schoolwork, as part of my coaching notes, are now housed at Patreon as a library of work. It's a big, big body of work. There's over just under 300 pieces of content, and 300 that including all of them. So it's 300, which includes video, audio, and written, and podcast. Once upon a time, I had a stretch podcast. All the podcast conversations I've ever had are housed on my Patreon. So what does it mean for you? What it means is that if you like what you're hearing, but you feel like you want to go back into my earlier work, which is rich, very, very rich and deep and has a lot of depth, you can go and subscribe, and you can join that my Patreon and subscribe for 160. It's around 160. It's $10, and you have access to that library of work. That library of work will help you a lot in navigating your own life. You know, if you are, for example, not ready for a one-on-one coach, but you want to understand what shadow work is, that is your space there. If you want to understand what archetypes are, particularly survival archetypes, which I will touch on here on YouTube, but I will always refer you to go to the archive for deeper work. So survival archetypes, for example, we are talking about the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute. There is a thing called the prostitute, which is a survival archetype. So you want to learn those kind of terms, especially if you are going to stay here in the new work. But otherwise, if you feel like, nah, I'm gonna just go with your new vibe, new work, then you're welcome to stay here, and you might probably want to join the new hub that I will be creating with my new website. So there's a website coming up very soon. I'm sure that my website will be live by end of February. But here on YouTube, I am back, and I will see you next week with a teaching. And I will be sharing with you some of the trends or patterns that I think coaching, life coaching, executive coaching will be taking up this year, particularly because corporate South Africa, or corporate in general, is now finally taking wellness seriously. So perhaps next week I can come in and share with you why I have a problem with the word mental health, particularly in the workspace. What is, and then I'll unpack what all that means. And if you are in HR or in wellness in the corporate space, or you are dealing with a lot of people, you are looking after a lot of people, and you understand that people are not machines. I think the next series next week, and maybe I'll do 3 episodes around what wellness in the workplace should look like in corporate South Africa. So yeah, this is it. This is me saying I'm back, and I cannot wait to hear your story, because this is mine. This is my story, and I forgot my signature. This is my story, and I cannot wait to hear yours.